Tonal just launched the Tonal 2, so congratulations on that. As well as
Thank
the
you.
Tonal Training Lab. So, can you share a little bit more about, what went into the development of this? You probably have been working on this from 2, 3 years,
Yeah,
maybe. Um, and what really makes it unique?
yeah, yeah. Let me maybe start kind of by explaining Tonal a little bit for anybody that might not know. Tonal is a gym. It fits on your wall. It's built around a digital weight system. It allows for up to right around 300 different moves with arms that articulate in three directions, upper body, lower body. It's built on an intelligence engine. Today, you'd call it AI, a lot of reinforcement learning, machine learning. Uh, but really, it's a full body gym that like the more you use it, the smarter it gets. And on the inside of the gym, on the inside of the tonal unit, there's a magnetic resistance motor, and it's not dissimilar from what you would find in an electric vehicle. Um, it spins in two directions. It creates, tension profiles. And instead of spinning on an axle and kind of propelling wheels forward and backwards, what it does is it has a pulley system and it creates these tension profiles on cables when you pull them back and forth, pull and retract them. 50 times a second on a 50 hertz refresh rate, we're collecting effectively force and velocity with a whole bunch of gyroscopic kind of elements that allow us to understand place in space plus force and velocity as basically a function of what it takes to achieve certain strength outcomes. And over the last 5 years of kind of being at scale in market, we believe we've aggregated, the world's largest biomechanical or physiological data set on human strength. Now, why do I start there? I start there because with that data set, we believe that the company has a pretty, compelling and, uh, ambitious opportunity to create value in a whole bunch of different environments. And so we launched the Tonal 2. Tonal 2 is an improvement on Tonal 1 in that it has a much better weight profile, much improved camera dynamics that allow for multimodal kind of feedback for user computer vision, plus cables. It has new weight mechanics like this cardio mode we call Aero, which is this new kind of resistance profile that we built on top of a better engine, and a bunch of software experiences that we have yet to release that will continue to improve it. But that puts us in a position where, you brought up the Tonal Training Lab. We we can push our product into environments that allow us to kind of achieve outcomes that we may not have been able to achieve very well in the past. And so, like, one of them is, hey, we're trying to kind of understand, like, can we do something from a boutique fitness perspective? So the Tonal Training Lab is an interesting way to kind of meld this new cardio plus resistance training to see what kind of member experience we can create on top of that. Importantly, we're also thinking, further afield from a healthcare perspective. With all of this data that we're collecting and aggregating, could we in turn translate that to value from a physical therapy perspective?
Mm.
Today, if you've ever had the misfortune of going in to do any sort of physical therapy, not to pass judgment on the entire sector, but it's kind of, frozen in time. It's, somebody with a clipboard looking at you kind of doing, squats and assessing kind of the depth to which you're squatting with their eyes, or watching you pull on resistance bands or kettlebells or dumbbells. And the reality is that it doesn't comport to kind of all of this quantified self data that we're collecting in the real world today. And we believe that there's a space for us to play there and translate that. And I may be not answering your question directly, but what we're learning in kind of short order is that our product and the value that we're creating has pretty wide berth to play in.